All right, Shalom Israel. Welcome back to Wednesday night class. Good to see everybody in person and also good to see everybody online. And welcome back to Wednesday night class. Shout out and shalom to Stream of Wisdom in Houston, Texas, Stream of Wisdom Rochester, New York, and Stream of Wisdom Norfolk, Virginia. Shout out and shalom to Kawakab in Guatemala and his congregation, scattered throughout Central America and Georgia, California. Shout out and shalom to brothers in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Miami, Florida, and Michigan. And I hope your families are doing well. All right. Let's go ahead. I know we've kind of been going on this Unbecoming Cain. This is the 5th rendition, but it's more so about appropriate speech brings peace. And we've been kind of looking at, last week we kind of took a dive into Cain's mentality, and also kind of like what his attributes are like. As for us to not, we don't want to copy those attributes. And we showed like 2 examples of Cain like men and Cain like women. And I know we ended on a note where you have individuals that feel like nobody's watching me, that nobody can see me, nobody knows what I'm thinking, nobody knows what I'm doing, you know. And because I might be behind closed doors, that I'm to myself, and that the Most High has no knowledge about what it is that I got going on the inside, or what's coming out of my mouth. And so what we talked about was training that inner man, making sure that inner man, which dictates that inner voice, is operating correctly in the fear of the Lord. And we talked about this last week, and we ended on that note. But let's go ahead and pick up kind of where we left off, and we're going to continue because we got a lot more to go. Let's start off with Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23. And then we'll also get Wisdom of Solomon. We'll go back to Wisdom of Solomon. We had it last week on Wednesday. Go back to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1, verse 9. But first, let's get Proverbs chapter 21, verse 23.
Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 23 reads.
Hold on one second. Let me get it. All right, go ahead.
Come. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 23 reads, whoso keepeth his mouth.
And today we want to make sure that we harp on this particular element, because each and every one of us have a mouth, but not everybody knows how to keep their mouth. Not everybody knows how to control their mouth. Not everybody knows how to maintain and manage their mouth. So it's a very important aspect and a very important verse. I mean, we could build a whole class off this one verse alone, but we're just going to show how it incorporates with the topic. So he said, what, Mawala?
Whoso keepeth his mouth.
So the person that knows how to keep their mouth, read.
And his tongue.
And keep his tongue, read on.
Keepeth his soul from trouble.
And that's the whole reason why we're going here, because we're about edifying the body and learning how to keep ourselves out of trouble, most importantly from the Most High. We don't want our mouth to get us in trouble by the Most High, nor our brothers and sisters or our families around us. So he said, read it one more time.
Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from trouble.
He says he learns how to keep his soul from trouble. So that's the whole goal, is to stay free from trouble, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And let's go ahead and get back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. And we're going to pick up where we left off last week, and let's read verse 9.
Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 9.
Yeah, read verse 8. So we'll pick up from where we started last week.
God, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1, verse 8. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things.
It says, therefore, he that speaketh what?
Unrighteous things.
Go ahead.
Cannot be hid.
It says, if anybody speaketh unrighteous things, last week we went into this kind of heavy. He cannot be what?
Hid.
Why can't anybody that speaketh unrighteous things be hid? Read on.
Neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass by him.
Go ahead.
For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly.
Go ahead.
And the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord.
It says, and the sound of his words shall come to who?
Unto the Lord.
Now, last week we talked about what does the Most High utilize? What instrument does the Most High utilize to bring each and every one of our words and our thoughts to him? He use angels. The Most High has a plethora and an innumerable multitude of angels that he has at his disposal surrounding him at all times. That gives communication, brings communication from each and every one of our thoughts, each and every one of our actions, our deeds, our premonitions, our intentions, and our motivations and our affections. All these things go up before the Most High, and the angels bring it to him. So there's no need to go back and repeat last week, but we want to continue. Read on.
And the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds.
And the Most High always wants to know, why is a person doing what he's doing? So the Most High has to dig a little deeper than just what we say or what we do. He goes into the intentions. That's why we read also last week that the Most High weighed the heart and tried the reins.
Which is the kidneys.
Which is the kidneys, which also means what?
The seat of affection.
It represents the seat of affection, but it's also known as the inward man, the voice of the inward man.
Seat of emotional affection.
Seat of emotions and affections. And it also represents the inward man's thoughts, the thoughts of the inward man. So the Most High is always reading minds. He's always reading intentions. He's not content with just we doing what we want to do and there not be a justification or reason behind it, because the Most High wants to make sure he punishes adequately. And so the way he does that is to make sure he understands where we're coming from. Because the Most High is very just and he's very fair.
Yeah.
But read on.
Verse 10. For the ear of jealousy heareth all things.
So it says the ear of jealousy heareth what?
All things.
So the Most High is listening to everything. The Most High said, the Bible called the Most High's ear the ear of jealousy. He heareth what?
All things.
And a jealous ear is an ear that's anticipating something. When somebody's jealous, they're eyeballing. They're checking you out. They're anticipating something. They're always analyzing. He said the ear of jealousy is what?
Heareth all things.
Read on.
And the noise of murmurings is not hid.
It says, and the noise of what?
Murmurings is not hid.
He said, well, he calls murmuring the noise. He says, and the noise of murmuring. Why does the Most High call murmuring noise? First and foremost, let's go to Proverbs 15:26. Why the Most High called murmuring? Why does he call that noise?
You said 15 what?
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 26.
Come. Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 26 read. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination.
He said, because he says, first of all, he says the thoughts of the wicked are what?
Are an abomination to the Lord.
He says the wicked's thoughts are a filthy, wicked thing. They're filthy and wicked acts unto the Most High. He says the thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Most High. Read on.
To the Lord. But the words
He
of
says,
the pure.
but the words of the what?
Pure.
He said, but if a person is thinking pure words, for those of us that walk around with a positive attitude, with a positive outlook, and a positive perspective, that gives people the benefit of the doubt, that doesn't assume the worst in each other. He says, but the what?
But the words of the pure
Go ahead.
are pleasant words.
So what does murmuring words sound like to the Most High? Abomination, which he calls noise.
Yeah.
He calls this noise, right? He said, but the thoughts of the what?
Pure.
He said, but the thoughts of the what?
Pure.
Or what?
Are pleasant words.
He said, it's pleasant words. Now give me the second definition of noise. He says, so if somebody's thinking pure, if somebody has positive thoughts, the Most High said, man, that's pleasant. That's sweet. I like the way this person thinks. The Most High has an affection for those that have pure thoughts. He calls that pleasant. That means it's comfortable. It's pleasurable. Give me that second definition of noise.
Second definition of noise in the 1828 Webster's Dictionary. It says outcry,
Outcry, what else?
clamor,
Clamor, what else?
loud,
What else?
importunate, or continued talk expressive of boasting,
It says boasting, what else?
complaint,
It said, but it says more importantly, the Most High, what the definition of noise, one of the definitions of noise is actually what? Complaint. Or what else?
or quarreling.
Somebody complaining or somebody quarreling. Quarreling is fighting or debating, disagreeing. The Most High calls a person's thoughts that are always contentious, that is always argumentative. Somebody's thoughts that are always debating. He says, the Most High in Wisdom of Solomon, we read, he said in verse 10, he says, and the noise of their murmuring is not hid. The Most High, what the Most High will always hear, the Most High hears when we complain, but it doesn't always have to be out loud.
Yeah.
It's in the thoughts.
Yeah.
The Most High can hear you complain in your mind. The Most High can hear disagreements. You may not say I disagree.
Right.
You may not say I don't like what you're saying. But the Most High can hear it. But those thoughts he classifies as noise because it's clamor, it's loud, it's a complaint. It's what?
It says importunate or continued talk.
It's importunate.
Importunate.
Importunate means excessive.
Yeah.
To where it's bothersome. So that when the Most High, when somebody's complaining all the time, it's bothersome. It's excessive to a bothersome degree to the Most High. But we don't even think, we have no idea that our complaints is agitating the Most High. Every time we complain about something. So he says, importunate, which means excessive to a bothersome degree. What else?
It says, or continued talk expressive of boasting.
It's expressive boasting. What else?
Complaint.
What else?
Or quarreling.
What else?
In quarreling, it expresses less than uproar.
So it's almost an uproar.
Yes.
It's almost an uproar where a person is up in arms and ready to go to blows and ready to fight. It's almost a precursor to somebody being violent. A complaint is the precursor to violence. It's the precursor to somebody getting hostile. It's the ideas and the thoughts that go within a person prior to, let's call it the ignition phase.
Yeah.
Like you put the key in the ignition before you drive. You ain't driving unless you put the key in and turn it on. Well, the complaints is like turning on, it's the precursor or the ignition to violence. It's the catalyst, so to speak.
Right.
It's what starts it off.
You didn't have to turn it on.
Yeah.
But it was a choice.
But it's a choice that you choose to turn on. And by complaining, ultimately it leads to something else. Right? So now we understand why the Most High called this noise. Let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 and let's read verse 10 again.
Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 10. For the ear of jealousy heareth all things.
He said, for the ear of jealousy heareth all things. Read.
And the noise of murmuring.
And the noise of murmuring. Now we had the definition of murmuring. To murmur or murmuring, either one is good. Number 2.
Murmur. Point number 2. A complaint.
It still comes back to what?
Complaining.
Still comes back to complaining.
Yep.
Whether it's noise, which one of the definition of noise is to complain,
Right.
or just flat out murmuring, which is still complaining.
Yeah.
So what does the Most High obviously not like? Complaining.
Murmuring.
The Most High does not like a person that complains all day. All they do is see the wrong. And all they do is see the problem.
Nothing pure.
Nothing pure. Remember, he said the thoughts of the pure are pleasant to him.
But to the wicked, they're an abomination.
They're filthy to him.
It's disgusting to him.
Disgusting. So when I have it in my mind to only just be I'm narrowing my view, and I'm narrowing my view down to just what's wrong, and that's all I can see is what's wrong.
That's all I can focus on.
That's all I can focus on is what's wrong. The Most High don't like that person's thoughts. That's all you see is, first of all, yeah, beautiful. The Most High made the earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But all I see is what's wrong around me. I can't see no beauty. I can't see nothing good.
At all.
The Most High, he went 7 days. He said out of 6 out of 7 days until he rested. He said everything he created, he said it was good at the end of it.
Yeah.
At the end of every day, he said that it was good.
Meanwhile.
But we skipped day 1, which is the first 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Day 2, which is the second 1,000 years. Day 3 is the third 1,000 years. We missed all this time in creation of all the Most High's creation, and we can never see the good in anything.
No.
That means all this time the Most High created everything that he put in front of us.
Can't see it.
I can't see the good in it.
You trapped in this closet in your mind. Closet of complaint.
That has to be a prison.
Yeah.
That has to be a prison where you can't see any good.
Yeah.
That has to be like a horror movie. It's got to be a horror movie where you can't see nothing good. Like you're in a movie and everything's evil around you. It's like They Live. I don't know if y'all remember that They Live from the 80s. That was my favorite movie as a kid, man. You put on the sunglasses and you get to see the aliens.
Yeah.
You didn't know you was around aliens and damn bloodsuckers.
Yeah, but we always got to remember that David said, make us a table in
Yeah.
the midst of our enemy.
Yeah, yeah. But
When you're right.
when you're right, yes. Well, we can't see no good. The Most High said, man, that kind of mentality, we can see now why the Most High is so angry with that mentality. I can never visualize and see the benefits, the good, the blessings, the joy, the love that the Most High put around me. Everything is always a complaint.
Yeah, because complaint also means disapprove. So that means you never approve of your condition.
I never agree.
Exactly.
I don't agree.
I don't approve. I do not agree with what I'm going.
I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with what I have right now.
Yes.
I should have something else. Yeah.
I don't agree with my life.
Yeah.
I don't agree with what I don't even agree. I don't even agree with my height and my skin. My
skin tone. If I was just a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
I get my face.
Yeah.
Man, a little more hair on my head.
Yeah, a little bit more hair, man.
I would have got it if I was a little.
Might have been a little bit slimmer. It's a little bit slimmer, man. It's a little bit. We don't agree with nothing, man. Everything's a problem, man. But anyway, let's read on. Because it can really get bad if you really dive down that hole of complaints. But the Most High hears it. That's the whole point. The Most High hears all of our low rumblings. It's because the first definition.
First definition. It says a low sound continue or continually repeated.
So the Most High can hear all the little stuff that we say under our breath all the time, that we constantly be repeating. And I hate it. Yeah.
And we think we're saying it to ourselves.
You think you're saying it?
We don't know we're being heard.
We have no idea that the Most High has got observation towers all around us.
Yeah.
But we're being witnessed and notated. It's being recorded.
Yeah.
And read that second definition.
Second definition of murmur. It says a complaint half suppressed.
It says it's a complaint, but I try to minimize it and suppress it where I only can hear it.
Exactly.
Where everybody else can't hear, but I can hear it.
I can hear it.
I know, you know. I might even say it to myself. My lips might be moving. I might just say it to myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You almost can read their lips.
Yeah.
It says it's half suppressed. Go ahead.
It says, or uttered in a low, muttering voice.
Oh, it's uttered in a low, muttering voice. It's grumbling. There's somebody grumbling, growling. You just that's totally.
Which are just complaints.
Yeah.
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 Smoking under your breath.
It was just
It's a little sound.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I got teeth out.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that. But that's murmuring, though. That's murmuring.
It's murmuring. All of it is. Let me read this real quick. It'll be like a child drew a picture for parents. I would get kind. The sister said, imagine if a child drew a picture, said a picture of his parents, and the parents said that's ugly. I don't need that picture. Can you imagine a child's devastation?
Right.
Yeah, because like man, that would be horrible.
Yeah.
That would be the Most High. That's how the Most High see us. Like all we do is see the worst in everything. So he said what in verse 11 now. Well, hold on. Let's go to Philippians 2 and 13 before we continue.
That means you can't see past your certain condition.
No, you can't. And Moses was phenomenal. When you read the Josephus, Moses was phenomenal for getting the children of Israel to look beyond their current condition.
Right.
Philippians chapter 2 and verse 13 reads. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
For it is the Most High which worketh in you both.
Why would the Most High be so bothered where he calls complaining noise, or he hates that noise, or he calls that thought process an abomination? Why would the Most High find that so disgusting and filthy? He says, because what?
It says, for it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will.
It says, so why is it such a problem for me to complain all the time? Because who's in me trying to get me to do his will?
Yeah. That's really the source of your complaint.
So the Most High has created me, and in my life, he's been trying to get me to satisfy and accomplish his will.
Yeah.
He's working in me to do his will, but all I keep doing is complaining.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be then like anti-God?
Yes.
Malfunction.
Wouldn't that be anti-God for me to not let the Most High direct me, influence me, work me, utilize me as a vessel for his good?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a direct rebellion to what he's trying to do with me?
Yeah. I don't like this direction.
Yeah.
Why can't we go another way?
Yeah.
Why this way?
Why couldn't you give me another house?
Did you hear my suggestion?
You gave me these damn kids?
Yeah.
These damn kids?
Yeah. You know.
Yes.
That's what it is. Christ-like, is it not? Because Christ said, I come down to do my will, but the will of the Father who sent me.
Right?
So to truly be Christ-like is to put your own will to the side.
To have no will. To have no will.
But what does that look like?
Because when Christ said that,
What does it look like for you?
read John chapter 5, verse 30.
Yeah.
Hold that ball, woman.
John chapter 5 and verse 30 read. Let me know when you're ready.
Read it.
John chapter 5 and verse 30 reads, I can of my own self do nothing.
Christ said when it come to me, I can't do what?
Nothing.
Why? Because according to Philippians chapter 2, verse 13, it says what?
It says, for it is the Most High which worketh in you.
Why did Christ say he could do nothing? Because who was working through Christ?
The Most High.
It was the Most High that was working through Christ. Go ahead.
Which worketh in you both to will
Go ahead.
and to do of his good pleasure.
So who was working in Christ to execute the Most High's will and to satisfy the Most High's good pleasure?
Most High.
It was the Most High. So this is why Christ said, of my own self, I can do what?
Nothing.
I don't do my will. Because me doing my will means me doing my own pleasure. And Christ is saying, I don't do my own will because I won't do my own pleasure. We'll read on in 5 and 30.
Come. I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear.
He said, as I hear.
I hear.
Go ahead.
I
He
judge.
said, as I hear, I judge. What that means is he walks around with no premonition of evil or preconceived idea that people are guilty.
Exactly.
He doesn't walk around with a guilty verdict in his mind when he sees people or he sees a situation.
Preconceived notion.
Hey, it's already a preconceived notion that you're guilty.
But his judgments is based upon what was being said.
His judgments, he don't even judge. He said until he hears. He said until he waits, until he hears.
That means it's a clean canvas.
Yes.
It means it's a clean slate.
He gives everybody the benefit of the
Yeah,
doubt.
it's not polluted.
It's not contaminated.
Tainted.
You're not thinking to yourself while somebody's talking to you, how dare you fix your lips?
To say something to me.
There you fix your.
You
You
think
know,
you are.
who you think? It's not coming with that. He said what?
I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge.
Read on.
And my judgment is just.
Why did Christ say the judgment is just? Read on.
Because I seek not my own will.
He said because he don't do what?
Seek out my own will.
Him seeking out his own will is him doing his own pleasure.
Yeah.
And this is why he says he don't do that. He says, I seek not my own will. Read on.
Because I seek not my own will, but the will of the Father which has sent me.
He said, but I constantly stay in the spirit of being obedient to the Father who sent me. I wish we could do that. But unfortunately, we need to stay mindful that it can be done if we have constant reminders to step outside of our own head.
Yeah.
We're in our head too much. And while we're in our head too much disagreeing, complaining, well, that's what I mean when I say we're in our head, we're complaining all the damn time. The Most High can't do his will through you. With every single complaint that comes out of your mouth, you're blocking the Most High from executing his will through you. Because you stay in a spirit of disagreement.
Yeah.
You stay in a spirit of disharmony. You stay in a spirit of rejection and rebellion and disobedience. I don't agree. So he said, it is the will of the Father in Philippians 2:13.
Come. For it is the will, for it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure.
And this is why we shouldn't complain. This is why we should not complain about our situations at the Most High. Because the Most High is trying to steer us. Imagine a car that wants to steer itself and you got the wheel, but it's disagreeing with you. What's going to happen? It's going to crash.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen.
That's called not having power steering fluid.
You ain't going to...
Your power,
Yes.
Your wrist so small.
be still.
That's
My wallet. My wallet like, that's called having no power steering.
That's true.
That's a complaint.
Yeah,
It's a lack of power to it.
It got no power steering fluid. So everybody that complains is low on power
They
steering
low
fluid.
power to it.
Well, I mean, they low on oil, right?
You resist.
The five unsigned virgins who had no faith because they had no oil. Same.
My wallet turned into mechanics. Oh
You're
man.
resistant. Yeah.
So you got a leak, man.
Making it hard.
You got a leak somewhere.
Yeah.
And one of your high pressure lines.
Oh, leaking your face.
When you ain't holding on.
Yeah, you ain't holding the wall, man. You gotta get my wallet. That's funny.
God. Philippians chapter 2 and verse 13 reads, for it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will.
Because that's why you shouldn't complain. Because you got to let the Most High do his will through you. You got to stop blocking the Most High's will. Every time we complain, we're not letting the Most High use us in the way he wants us to be used. We can't fulfill his purpose. So we got to shut it down. We got to learn how to shut down me trying to steer and me trying to control what my life is going to be like. It's always a complaint. It's just resistance.
Yeah, because it already requires work. That's what it says, for it's the Most High which worketh in you.
Yeah.
It requires work. It's effort. It's investment.
Yeah.
And how easy are we making it for the Most High to invest in us?
Yeah.
How much are we actually resisting?
God. And the ox said, no power steering, it becomes stiff neck.
There you go.
It's true. That wheel gets stiff. Still, that wheel don't want to turn. You got to pre-turn. You ain't have no power steering fluid. You got to start prepping the turn before you get there.
You got to look at the traffic and all lanes. Yeah.
The brother didn't have what's his name? Solomon didn't have no power steering for like 2-3 years.
Man, he
He
never
driving around that gold.
You know how bad it is on a car with no power steering fluid? You turn the pulley off. Eventually, the pulley has to be lubricated. You have a power steering pulley. When you have no lubrication in there, the bearings on the pulley get heated and eventually you break the pulley, the belt breaks, then the car shuts down. So now you created a bigger problem
Maybe that's what happened.
because it could have just been a power steering line or a hose, and now you done broke the pulley off. Now you done created more damage. But it's not about mechanics, but it's about mechanics based on how the body works anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the whole point is you're not letting the Most High drive you. You're not letting the Most High steer you. Every time you complain, you're bucking up against the Most High.
Yeah.
He can't use you. He can't put you where he wants you to go.
And steer you.
You're not moldable.
Yeah.
You're unyielding. You don't want to yield. And that's what every complaint is. It's an unyielding perspective. And this has to be examined because we don't see it. We don't see the frequency of our complaints and what it is doing to the Most High and how the Most High is looking at us. Every time we're rebellious, every time we don't want to listen or don't agree, every time we're complaining, the Most High is looking at us like you're an abomination, man, because you won't let me use you. You won't let me steer you. Why does it have to be your way? Why are you trying to go your way? Because that's the purpose behind the complaint.
Yeah.
It's to satisfy my will. Read all my will.
For it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good
The
pleasure.
Most High, that's the ultimate goal, is what the Most High is trying to do. He's trying to execute his will through us. And on the back end, think about it, on the back end of us doing his will, there's a blessing waiting on the back end.
Yeah.
So how can the Most High bless you if you won't execute his will? And he's trying to do both of these. But you can't get the blessing until you do his will first. But I can't do his will because I'm complaining.
Yeah.
So how can I ever get the blessing? I can't.
Yeah. Hard.
What I did was I just ruined all the good that could have been coming to me
Yes.
if I would have just stayed in a spirit of flexibility.
Make your life hard.
Yeah. If I would have stayed in the spirit of flexibility where I could be told, go here, go there, do this, do that.
Mm.
You know how many blessings I could have achieved and received instead of being hard-headed, stiff-necked,
Yeah.
unmovable, unyielding, disagreeable, debative, argumentative. Man, the Most High is not playing. It's like, man, that's a sick mind. I don't have no pleasure in that mind frame.
Yeah.
Read on my wall.
Come, verse 14. Do all things without murmurings and disputing.
What's the whole goal the Most High is trying to do? What is he trying to get us to see?
Stop complaining.
Do all things without murmurings and disputing.
Have anybody ever took a tally of their complaints?
Yeah.
Have you ever took an actual tally? I'm not saying too big, but we got to be conscious of it. But has anybody ever actually took a note about every time they were told something they disagree with it and actually wrote it down? I'm sure if you took a tally, you'd probably be more disagreeable than agreeable.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Be here at this time. Why so early? Why so early? Why can't I come at this time? Like, damn, everything is a question. Everything is why. Everything is how come. Everything is, can you explain it first? Or how come you couldn't have him do it? Why you tell me to do it? Like, damn, wait a minute. Why does everything have to be so resistant?
You know why? Because I'm low on steering fluid.
I can't be in control.
I'm low on that steering fluid.
I ain't got no oil in my, I got to leak.
Low on that. I got a leak somewhere.
Against the bricks.
Yeah, kick it against the pricks. I'm making my life hard.
And it goes. Yeah.
So what he's saying is, he says for verse 14, my one.
Come, verse 14. Philippians chapter 2, verse 14 reads, do all things without murmurings and disputing.
Man, I don't know who can do that. But if you can't do that, you got a blessing waiting.
It's a training.
It's practice.
And writing it down, huh? When you write down your negative thoughts, and you start to see that page fill up in like half an hour,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And you just mind your business, and you just see them. You start.
But you know why it's important to write it down? Because you won't believe it unless you see it. Because the Jews require a sign.
Yeah.
They got to actually see what their hand looks like in the mind.
Yeah.
What I'm holding in my hand. Man, I got all these thoughts.
Yeah.
I need to get rid of some of these. I'm holding too much weight. We talked about last week how, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, how holding on to negative thoughts is like holding on to rocks and sandbags.
Yeah.
But no purpose.
Oh, yeah, it said it's heavier.
It's heavy.
It's heavier than rocks and heavy sand. So we read that about, maybe it wasn't last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. But when I'm holding on to negative thoughts, I'm dragging heavy things around me that's weighing my spirit down, that's breaking my spirit. But I don't even realize that the origin of my issue is the fact that I don't agree.
There's the point.
I'm always complaining. I don't realize that there's an origin to it.
Yeah.
There's a beginning of my spirit being broke, and it goes to me always complaining. Yes, sir. Oh, okay.
Well, that explains a lot then. When it says, "Give not thy mind over to heaviness," we don't understand that that's the spirit of complaint. It's heavy because I'm making it heavy. It doesn't. I can get rid of the weight, but the weight is the complaint, and that's why it says, "Afflict not thyself in thine own counsel," because the reason why you're complaining because it's only based on what your perspective is.
Exactly.
Yep.
The source of your complaint is you won't see it any other way.
Yep.
You won't let someone show you another way.
Okay. I'm not flexible.
You're holding on to your own thought.
You know, the Most High calls himself the potter, and he calls us the clay. And he said, "Have not the power of the potter over the clay."
Right.
Shouldn't the Most High have the power to mold us into whatever vessel that he wants us to be? But we're the ones that resist it and say, "Well, I want to be a water pitcher.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a rice bowl. I want to be a flute." We want to be able to dictate what the Most High is creating with us, and not realizing, hey, the Most High may have 100,000 fruits already. He might need a rice bowl, but I don't want to be a rice bowl. I want to be what I want to be. The Most High is in control. Christ recognized the fact that the Most High is in control. We're the ones that just don't agree.
Yeah.
Because we always want control on the back end. We want to be able to say what we do and to what extent we do it,
Right.
the frequency of how we do it, and how long we do it. We want control. Yes, sir.
The funny thing about clay is when you have made the pot, the vessel, right? When you made it, you can always grind it back down into powder and remake it into something else. So perhaps your motivation to be whatever it was, a pot, a water pot, will be fulfilled. Perhaps after you submit to being a rice bowl.
Possibly.
Because
But ultimately,
that may be
but ultimately, the Most High will want to execute His will first.
Well, that's what I mean,
Yeah.
the rice bowl. So when you're talking about, you said in your example, you said, I want to be a water pitcher. The Most High wants me to be a rice bowl. Okay. Well, the Most High may be, for the benefit of your example, not necessarily the whole teaching, but perhaps you being a water pitcher is in your future after you submit to being a rice bowl. Until the time he decides that he's going to grind that rice bowl back down into powder and make you into the water pitcher.
And you know what that means? That means I wait.
Right. You still submit. You still agree.
Exactly.
And you're not going to get to the water pitcher until you agree to the rice bowl.
And in that meantime, I wait until the Most High decides for me to be what He wants me to be, or unless, give me this right here. Based on what you're saying, I like what you're saying.
Because the waiting is more like a patiently.
Give me 1 John.
You're patiently active and obedient. That's real waiting. Real waiting is patiently being active in obedience.
Yeah, not
because you're waiting for the thing that comes after obedience. Well, but you got to be active.
But it's also waiting.
Give me 1 John chapter 3.
Yeah.
Chapter 2 and 3. No, it's 1 John chapter 3, verse 2 and 3. Read that real quick.
1 John chapter 3, verse
2 and 3. Yes, sir.
Beloved,
It said, "Beloved," read.
now are we the sons of the Most
It
High.
said, what we do know is that we've been called to be the sons of the Most High. That we do know. Read on.
And it does not yet appear what we shall be.
Do we know what we're going to be yet?
No.
No. We don't know what we're going to be yet. But in the meantime, until that time comes, what should we be?
Right. Whatever He wants us to be. And that's what I was saying. It's about waiting.
Yeah.
Because while you're waiting to be molded into whatever your desire is,
Now you say what your desire is. I ain't gonna say that yet.
or, excuse me, if you're while you're waiting, are you comfortable with the position he had you in?
You know what? While you're waiting to receive your final form,
Exactly.
because we don't know what our final form is going to be. But it may not be what we think it is, but what we do know is this. Read on.
It says, and it does not yet appear what we shall be,
Read on.
but we know
It said, but we know this. Read.
that when he shall
When
appear,
Christ returns, read on.
we shall be like him.
We shall be like who?
Him,
What is going to be our final form?
like Yahushua.
Like Christ. But in the meantime, you just do what you're told. In the meantime, you follow. Yes, sir. Yeah, read the verse one more time.
1 John chapter 3, verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of the Most High, and it does not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him.
It says, what we do know is, until we take our final form, it says, in the meantime, we got to follow until Christ come back. But ultimately, when Christ does come back, we will be like unto him. We'll be like him. So that is our final form of whatever the Most High is molding us into. We're going to be many means of Christ. We're going to be just like Christ, fashioned just like him. Read on.
For we shall not see him as he is.
Go ahead.
And every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself.
So what am I doing in the meantime?
Purifying yourself.
But what are you purifying?
Your hope.
Your thoughts, man. You got to be purified in your thoughts. You got to get rid of that murmuring. You got to get rid of that complaining. You got to get rid of that noise, what the Most High called noise, which is complaining. So you got to stay, in the meantime, until that time comes, I got to keep my vessel pure. I got to keep my thoughts pure. Read. Finish that.
For we shall see him as he is.
Verse 3.
Like, and every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure.
Go ahead.
Whosoever committed sin,
It said, even as he is what?
even as he is pure.
What keeps Christ pure is that he keeps it, he understands he has no control. And he yields himself to the will of the Father. And he doesn't have to struggle in the mind. There's no struggle. We're the ones who live with contention and struggle. Let's get Numbers chapter 14. Let's read verse 1. We're going to read 1 through 4. Yeah, Numbers chapter 14, 1 through 4. Read that.
You said Numbers what? 14 to 1?
15. Numbers chapter 14, 1 through 4.
Done. Numbers chapter 14, verse 1 reads. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried.
And then what?
And cried.
Go ahead.
And the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would the Most High that we had died in the land of Egypt?
It says, would the Most High that we had died in the land of Egypt. Go ahead.
Or would the Most High we had died in this wilderness?
Or the Most High it says, or the Most High we had died in this wilderness. So what are they complaining about?
Harsh conditions.
Say it again.
Harsh conditions, the struggle, the difference between what they had in Egypt and what they got going on now. In either scenario, they're feeling like, yo, this is too much for them to handle mentally and physically.
You know what's so sad about it? In Egypt, they were slaves.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
But they would still prefer to be a slave in Egypt.
Yep.
Than free and following. Because you know what it means? At least if I'm a slave, I know my work schedule.
I still got the opportunity to get what I want.
I can still inject
Yes.
some of my own pleasure
Yeah.
Once I satisfy the Egyptian's pleasure.
I can steer my condition to my vice at the end of the day.
I know this at the end of this brick making session.
Yeah.
I got some fish waiting for me at the house.
Give master his time. Give master his time. I can get back home.
I got some fish.
Yeah.
I got some fish and some grain.
Yeah.
I got some onions and some leeks. I got that in the house waiting for me when I get home.
Yeah.
I know it's hard, but at least I know I got some stability.
Yeah.
And I have somewhat a little bit of control, at least of my comfort.
Yes.
But in this wilderness, there's no guarantees in the wilderness.
Yes.
In the wilderness, it's the unknown.
Too much dependence.
I gotta be dependent now.
You have to work it.
Too much dependence.
I need faith now. There's no guarantees now. In the wilderness, I can't see how my next meal gonna come.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna have fish or not. At least I was comfortable somewhat as a slave.
Because as a slave, there was some dependence. It was dependence to a level I can understand. Dependence
Yeah.
to a level I'm comfortable with.
I'm gonna get the master his first.
Yes.
And then at the end of the day, my time is when I get home.
My time.
When I get off that shift, whatever, keep in mind, the Egyptians had a 10-day work week. I had to go 10, so then you get a day off.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know I got my 11th day is coming. Where I could be about me.
Need that.
In the wilderness, it's like, man, ain't no me time.
Uh-uh.
You know what it is? The Most High was breaking us. That's why the Most High asked is Israel a homeborn slave.
Yep.
It's like, damn, or do all we care about is just getting the little crumbs
Yes.
from the master's hand versus understanding what it takes to be sovereign as a nation,
Like the nation.
to have our own independence.
But we want the crumbs like the nations.
Yes. Yes, we do. It's a sad situation, but the Most High we're not letting the Most High work his will in us, even from the time he pulled us out of Egypt. We're resistant. Read on.
Verse 3. And wherefore have the Lord brought us unto this land?
And why the hell the Most High bring us out to this land? Can you believe that some of us will have this same mind coming out of America?
Yeah.
That some of us would rather be in America, and some of us would rather have the schedule that America provides, the convenience that America provides, the functionality that America provides. I don't mind being a slave.
Yeah.
I don't mind being a slave in the Matrix.
I want to be somebody important.
Yeah. I don't want to come out the Matrix.
No.
I rather at least, even though it ain't real,
Yes.
I'm comfortable.
I know this state, man.
I know this state government.
Yeah.
And it's real to me.
Yeah.
It's good to me.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
So we don't want to come out the Matrix, but I know it's going to be the same way when the Most High is trying to pull us out of America. We'd rather have the comforts of America than actually have the faith to follow the Most High. And when the Most High pulls us out of America, that's how you know. We'll get to it. That's how you know the wilderness has to happen again.
Because we rather have the delusion.
We'd rather have
the lies than reality.
than what the Most High's will is.
Yeah.
We'll do anything to hold on to our way and control our destiny and control our fate. Read on.
God. Numbers chapter 14 and verse 3 read. And wherefore have the Lord brought us unto this land to fall by the sword?
Why did Most High bring us out to this land, to this wilderness, just to die by the sword? Read on.
That our wives and our children shall be afraid.
Then our children shall be what?
Afraid.
Read on.
Were it not better for us to return into Egypt?
He said we had it better where?
In Egypt.
It said, man, the Most High, here it is, the Most High is trying to free us from a master that was ruling us with rigor. It says the Egyptians ruled the children of Israel with rigor. Give me that definition of rigor.
Setting up our
The Most High knew.
We're talking about how children are praised.
Say it again.
But we're talking about how children are praised.
But no, it was the Egyptian God we worship.
Right.
What?
We made it.
We did. Read. What's that definition of rigor? Give me
Con.
5.
Con.
Remember the Bible said that The Egyptians ruled the children of Israel with rigor. Read that definition.
Con.
4 and 5.
Rigor, 1828, Webster Dictionary. Point number 4. It says severity
It said they ruled us with severity. Read.
of life.
They gave us a severe life.
Yeah.
Think about if you were Issachar under the Spanish conquistadors, you picked silver until when? You were in the mine. If you were Issachar, so-called Mexicans, and you just so happen to be under the Spanish hand, King Ferdinand and Isabella, you were going to be put in a silver mine, and you weren't going to come out until you. Only way out is to die. And when you come out, they put you back in it until you get more and more silver. They talk about I think who was talking about a silver mountain. I was talking about that.
Yeah, that was a war. That's Santa Claus.
Was that a war talking about that? Yeah. Somebody it was a silver mountain.
Oh, I don't know who's silver.
And where they extracted almost to where there was no. They almost the Spanish almost stripped down there all the silver out the ground.
Yeah, that's it. That's in Open Veins of Latin.
That's it. What book is that?
The book is called Open Veins of Latin America.
Yeah.
It tells you detail what happened to the 9.5. Really, Deuteronomy 28 curses in that book.
Open Veins of Latin America. I know Awards brought it out many times before. I have it. I just haven't read it. But it shows exactly the length that you would have to go to if you was Issachar under the Spanish hand, and the English hand wasn't no better. And if you was in America under the French hand, if you was French Creole or Haitian, and you was under the French hand, it was no better. You was gonna be planting sugar till you died.
Yep.
And if you was under the English white man, the English Caucasian hand, you was gonna be planting tobacco or cotton till you died. And you was working from 4 o'clock in the morning till, when the sun go down. And it didn't matter if you was 4 years old or 84 years old. It didn't matter. So this is what the Egyptians was doing to us, and we still said we'd rather go back to Egypt.
Yeah.
Read that again. Severity.
Severity of life. Austerity. Voluntary submission to pain.
When they put boiled eggs up your butt, this is what they would do to slaves. They would cook boiled eggs and stick them up your rectum or women's areas for pain, to inflict the maximum amount of pain. Whatever they would put hot coals in your mouth and they'll force a white hot coal down your mouth. You eat a hot French fry.
They swallow it because
you like. Hold on, trying to hold it with your teeth.
yeah.
But how can you hold a hot coal in your mouth? He says submission to what?
Submission to pain, abstinence, or mortification.
They found many different ways of killing us.
Yes.
They tarred and feathered you. To rub your body all over with hot tar, boiling hot tar, and then put those feathers on you like a chicken.
Yeah.
And don't you know that your skin is the largest organ? And when you actually close up the pores off, you actually die, because it's almost like suffocation. You actually suffocate through the skin. Your pores have to breathe. But after tar and feathering you, it was a guaranteed death. It was just a painful, slow death. But you running around like a chicken, like a hot chicken. You completely tarred, and then you got feathers on. They douse you with feathers. Turn you into a human chicken. But we'd rather go back to Egypt. That's what they telling the Most High here.
Yeah.
So we telling the Most High, don't make us use faith. I'd rather go back to where it was at least somewhat convenient. Read that verse 5.
Point number 5.
Or line 5.
Here, come. Point number 5. It says strictness, exactness without allowance.
It says exactness without allowance. What else?
Latitude or indulgence as the rigor of criticism. To execute a law with rigor.
Number 6.
Point number 6. Violence.
It says the Egyptians ruled the children of Israel with rigor. They ruled the children of Israel with what?
Violence.
That is no different than what the 9.5 tribes received here and what we received when you read the details of us coming over here on the slave ship, one of the most graphic explanations of what the whole of the ship was like was in what I read in America 1750, and it explained that that as the waves turned the ship, as the ship rocked back and forth, there was a combination of feces, vomit, urine, blood, and pus that would also wash back and forth in the ship. As the ship rocked side to side, urine, feces, blood, pus, and vomit would also sway side to side in the ship. And because of course there's no AC, they said the heat
Incubation.
and the smell when it was feeding time and the shipmates had to go down into the hold of the ship to feed the slaves, just when they opened the hatch, it said they would often vomit. Just when it was time to feed the slaves, they said they would just open the hatch to go down there and they would vomit to go bring them their food. And then they would get sick just from the dysentery that from coming across that amount of pathogens.
It's amazing we survived it all.
Well, a lot of us didn't make it. A lot of them didn't make it. But for the ones that did make it, all be praised to the Most High, because that's how some of us got here. But he explained how it was no different. The Most High has put us in these conditions, and he's trying to pull us out, but we disagree. We want to go back in.
Yeah.
So read that. Let that go. It said violence, right?
Yeah. And fury.
And fury. So let's pick up where we are in Numbers chapter 14.
Numbers 14 and now verse 4. You want me to read it again?
Verse 4.
Numbers 14:4. And they said one to another, let us make a captain.
He said what?
Let us make a captain.
Somebody give me Ezekiel 20. One of y'all get Ezekiel 20. He said, let us make a what?
A captain.
Why did the children of Israel not want Moses and Aaron leading them? Because they didn't agree. He said, we're gonna vote them out, and we're gonna vote in our own captain. We're gonna vote in our own captain. He said, let us make a captain. Read on.
And let us return into Egypt.
And no matter what, we want to go back where?
Into Egypt.
The Most High been trying to get us out of Egypt, and we want to go back in. Whose will are we executing? Ours or the Most High's?
Ours.
Ours. It's not the Most High going to do that again. Ezekiel 20. Give me verse 35.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 35.
Read that.
And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people.
Go ahead.
And there will I plead with you face to face.
But this time, Christ going to plead with us face to face. It ain't going to be Moses and Aaron. Read on.
Like as I pleaded with your fathers.
And it's going to be just like when the Most High sent Moses and Aaron to plead with us. Read on.
Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt.
So is this the same time then, or we talking about a different time? It's a different time. Read on.
So will I plead with you, saith the Most High Power. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
Who is the Most High going to purge out?
And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
We're going to go back to the wilderness again. But who's going to be purged out?
And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
He says, so the rebels are the ones that disagree. These are the ones that complain. These are the ones that don't let the Most High use them. These are the ones with the broken power steering fluid. Yeah. These are the ones that got the low in it. They can't be controlled. He said, I'm going to purge out the what?
The rebels.
Read.
And them that transgress against me.
Go ahead.
I will
He said, and the ones that don't agree with me. Is it not going to be like the time when we came out of Egypt? We're going to go back into the wilderness. And the Most High going to try us again, just like he tried them in the wilderness. And are we going to murmur like they murmured against Moses and Aaron? Because the Most High said, listen, if you rebel, if you come against me, you transgress against me, read.
I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel.
Go ahead.
And ye shall know that I am the Most High.
You're going to die where you're standing because you're not going to come into the kingdom. It's the same way.
Yeah.
The things written aforetime was written for our learning.
Yeah.
And the Most High, he said he requires that which is past. There's nothing new under the sun. So the same way, are you going to agree? So the best thing to do is start practicing being in agreement. And the best thing to do now is to start practicing learning how to shut your complaints down. That should be the practice right now. Because that's what we read. That's what my Waller read in Philippians chapter 2, verse 14.
Yeah.
He says, do all things.
Not something.
All things without disputing and murmuring.
Yeah.
So the practice right now should be, can I start learning how to agree and do what I'm told? And stop trying to steer and make things go my way? Because it ain't going to look good in the wilderness. Because there ain't going to be no pushing my way in the wilderness.
No.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that way. So, now we understand that, right?
Yep.
He says, so read verse 4 in Numbers 14 and 4. One more time.
Numbers 14 and 4 again. God. And they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt.
You see that? You see that? That's ridiculous. We murmur, we complain, we disagree, and we want to execute our will. And that is not what the Most High been trying to say. He wants us what's done from us. You had your hand up, Naga.
No, I was just saying it goes back to that point what you were saying. In the wilderness, the first time, we were able to make it about a man. We were able to make it about someone as the source of the complaint. But the next time it's going to be Christ himself.
Yeah,
We won't be able to put our complaint off on anyone else but him.
yeah. That's why he said, bring them hither that I may slay them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Christ ain't playing with that. You know, he ain't gonna be listening to what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because it ain't about what you want to do.
Because we feel justified sometimes when the complaint's not directly to the Most High. And if we have a vessel in front of us.
You know, I always said, I told my grandfather no one time in my life. And I never told him no again. That's all it took. It just took one extreme situation where he told me, get in the car. I said no. And he didn't say nothing. He just went and grabbed a branch off the tree, not a twig, a whole branch. He grabbed the whole branch and he started beating me with a whole tree branch. Just beat me. I even got in the car and he still started sticking the branch in the car. He's sticking the whole tree in the car. I was like, God, I never tell that man no again ever. Ever. One time. Man. That's it. One time. One time, about 10 years old, that was it. After that, yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. That's it. That's it, man. Because he gonna take it there.
Yeah.
He gonna take it to a whole nother level. And I never said no to him again. Ever. But sometimes we need those situations where we got to see that we don't have a choice. It's not about what you want. It's about doing what you're told. But what do we do all day long? We have more of the habitual nature to complain about everything than we are to agree. We always find something wrong. We're masters of finding something wrong. And that makes the Most High look at us like an abomination.
Yeah.
Because I can't steer you. He said, I can't steer you. I'm trying to do something with you, but I can't do nothing with you because you always see the worst. You're always rebelling. You're always asking questions. You're never just agreeing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Just on that point, read that verse again, verse 4.
God.
Numbers 14.
Numbers 14 and 4.
Yeah.
They said one to another.
They said one to another, meaning they came together. They were counseling with each other. They were coming together and coming up with a plan. This was, the think tank. Read.
Let us make a captain.
He says, let us make a what?
A captain.
Now, what's the responsibility for a captain? To lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
What they were saying is, let's make us another person to lead us. I don't want the Most High to lead me. I don't want Christ to lead me. We have to create another leader to lead us and to guide us. This is what we're saying.
You know, and it's the same thing that I tell brothers when they say, man, I'm going to go to a different camp.
Yeah.
I tell them, well, just be the best help that you can be,
Yeah.
and submit yourself to whoever's in charge.
There you go.
Because it'll make no difference for you to go to another camp
And be the same.
and be the same person.
Be a rebel. Be a rebel.
Be a rebel. Just whatever you do, just submit yourself to everything that they're asking you to do. Because no matter where you're going, the Most High, it's the same context. Are you going to submit or not? I don't care how we get this word, but as long as you learn how to submit and follow.
Mm.
What did Christ say in read Hebrews chapter 5, verse 8. Read Hebrews chapter 5, verse 8. So so when brothers talk about, I'm gonna go to different camp and I'm gonna go, well, by all means, brother, just learn how to obey it. Just learn how to follow. I'm sure obedience will be necessary in that new improved camp or wherever you want to go. I'm sure they're gonna be they want some type of obedience because they're trying to regulate spirits and refine spirits no different than we are.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're trying to refine spirits and they need your cooperation wherever you are. But men will try to pull that like, well, I'm gonna go to another camp in the city. By all means.
Yeah.
Just learn how to follow.
Get Christ over.
Yeah, learn how to follow. Read that.
Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 8 reads, though we were a son,
Yep.
yet learned he
It
obedience.
said Christ was a son. He was a son of the Most High, but he still learned obedience. How did Christ learn obedience? Read.
By the things which he suffered.
How did Christ learn obedience?
By the things which he suffered.
How do you think we're gonna learn obedience?
Suffered.
You gotta learn how to suffer. You gotta learn how to do what you're told.
Yeah.
But that don't sound good.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. It's fair for Christ to have to go through it.
Right.
And learn how to suffer and be obedient to the suffering. But somewhere in my mind, I don't have to suffer.
Right.
I don't have to follow. But it's okay for Christ to have to learn obedience. No matter what he was, to be obedient means that no matter what I suffer, I'm still going to be in agreement with the Most High.
Yeah.
No matter what I suffer. But it's okay for Christ to do that.
Right.
But for me, I don't have to do that.
Not above that mess.
Read that, my wall.
Come. Though we were a son,
Though he were a son.
though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them.
Stop. He says, and Christ, because he learned how to suffer and follow the Lord, follow his master, follow his head, and do whatever he was told to do, and submit his will. He says he became the Lord of what?
Of eternal salvation.
And he had, and because he's the head of eternal salvation, he's the author of eternal salvation, he can give it to who? Who is Christ giving eternal salvation to? Read.
Unto all them that obey him.
Stop. The rebels?
Unto all them that obey him.
So it's still about what?
Obey. Obedience.
Salvation is still predicated on what? It's
Obedience.
still predicated on obedience.
Right.
So is it about me doing what I want to do? Or is it about me yielding myself so that the Most High can steer me? The Most High can guide me.
Yeah. Right.
Don't you? That's where the word governor comes from.
Yeah.
You know, the Most High said he put you under tutors and governors.
Yeah.
The governor comes from a Latin word, gouverneur. Gouverneur is the little udder at the bottom of the ship that steers the ship. That's what steers the ship. It's that little rudder at the bottom of the ship. That's where the word governor comes from. It means to steer. The word actually means to steer. But that's the origin of the word. So the Most High said, I put you under tutors and governors, meaning I put you under individuals to steer you. But we don't want to be obedient. We never wanted to be obedient.
Wow.
Even from the beginning of the time. What you got?
Can I get Ecclesiastes 23 and 1 just on that point?
What you got? Read it.
Okay, come. Ecclesiastes chapter 23 and verse 1. It says, O Lord, Father and Governor of my whole life.
What'd he say?
He says, O Lord, Father and Governor of all my whole life.
So he's still classified as the what?
The governor
The governor of a what?
of my whole life.
Break that down.
So what is he saying? In this verse, We have to understand that we don't have no control over our own life. We don't have that power. We don't have that ability. We don't have that authority. The Most High has the authority. So the best thing that we can do, or the best thing that we should do, is what? Obey him and acknowledge that he's the governor of my whole life. We think we're the governor of our own life.
We still own. I'm the captain of my own ship.
I'm the one who steered the ship.
Yeah, it's my ship.
My direction, my plan, my program is either my way or the highway. That's what we like to say.
And that's sad because we actually believe that.
That's that strong delusion that we tell ourselves.
And you know what the Most High, when we're the captain of our own ship, you know what we sail to?
What?
A land with no fruit and vegetables and no water. we land on a barren land, empty, desolate, with no way back.
Because we're not allowing
We be on Gilligan's Island.
We're not allowing
They play.
Yeah, but on his point, when he's saying my whole life, you know, it's a broad umbrella, right?
Yeah.
But your whole life also means those moments that you don't agree.
Yep.
Yep.
Those things you disagree with, that's also part of your whole life. So in those moments you don't agree, can you be steered?
God. Perfect verse. Back to Wisdom of Solomon. I think, we're done with Numbers. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. Now we're in verse 11.
Back to Wisdom of Solomon 1, verse 11. Wisdom of Solomon 1:11. Therefore, beware of murmuring.
And he said that's why murmuring is so dangerous.
Yeah.
That's why murmuring, complaining is dangerous. Because you're forcing the Most High's hand against you because you're not letting him steer you.
Mm-hmm.
You're losing favor. You're losing the Most High's kindness because you're not trusting the Most High. He said what?
Therefore, beware of murmuring.
He said beware of what?
Murmuring.
You want to bring that out?
Beware. 1828 Webster Dictionary. Point number 1. Literally, to restrain or guard oneself from what? From the complaints, that murmuring. Restraining yourself from that murmuring. Protecting yourself from that murmuring.
You know what that means? That means you have to practice. You have to practice not complaining.
Yes.
If you're not aware of it, you got to be conscious of it.
Yeah.
You got to be conscious of it that I complain a lot and I disagree a lot. I don't follow. You got to catch yourself and you got to train yourself to. Sister maybe laughed. She said, "The plane." You know what I'm saying? that was a show back in the day. They was always looking for the plane. But you got to train yourself to not complain. You got to literally try to catch yourself in the act. Damn, you know what I'm doing? I'm complaining right now.
Yeah.
You got to catch yourself. But if you're so used to your inner man voice, that inner dialogue, and you've trained that inner dialogue to complain all the time, then you won't catch it as much. And that's why it's so important to have people around us. Because where you don't catch it, who can?
Other people.
Brothers are born for adversity, man. Brothers can catch it and let you know, hey, bro, you know what? It's not that bad. How about you get through this because you're really complaining. Yeah. You're in the wrong spirit right now. Yes, sir.
If you confess your faults one to another, that you might be healed.
Yes.
Because see, if I don't tell you what's in my mind, I mean, having perceived their thoughts, sure, you can help, but the process begins first with the confession.
Yes.
By telling you what I'm dealing.
And a confession is just acknowledgement.
Right.
It's acknowledging the fact that this is in me.
Right. This is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm saying, this is what I'm dealing with inside my own head or in my life. And in communicating that too, whether it be a brother or a wife to a husband, right? When you're doing that and communicating that, that sets things in motion. If you're not going to bother telling the brothers what you're dealing with, how are you going to fulfill the steps of confess your faults one to another that you might be healed?
Read this right quick. I like what you're saying because we have whole classes on confession.
Yeah.
You know, we got whole classes dedicated to them.
Well,
But I want to bring.
talking
I
about
want to bring out a point. I want to bring out a point that you brought out because what you said is very, but what the Most High wants to see out of us. Give me this right quick. Read it right here. It says the Most High told Cain. Read line 57. This is Josephus page 31. Start at thinking to escape discovery. Right there. That's it. Right there. Yeah, start right there. Thinking to escape discovery.
3 lines there.
It's line 55. But in the middle of 55. Book 1, chapter 2, paragraph 1, line 55 in the middle.
Josephus, book 1, chapter 2, paragraph 2, line 55, in the middle of line 55. Thinking to escape discovery.
He says thinking to escape what?
Discovery.
A lot of times we don't agree, and we are on our own program, but we don't want to tell nobody that we're on our own program, that I'm running my own ship. He said thinking to escape discovery. Read on.
But the Most High, knowing what had been done.
So the Most High already knew what Cain did. Read on.
Came to Cain and asked him what was become of his brother.
Why would the Most High ask Cain, even though he already knew? Where's your brother?
Give him a chance to confess.
What was he doing?
He's giving him a chance to confess.
What does the Most High want to hear from everybody?
Confession.
Communicate confession, to be honest.
Can you acknowledge your mistakes?
Yeah.
He already knew where his brother was at. He just asked, "Where's your brother?" Was it a setup question? Was he setting him up?
No.
Or was he doing a heart check?
He was giving him an
So
opportunity.
it was really an integrity check. He's checking his integrity. Let me do an integrity check. Where's your brother at? Read on.
This whole
Came to Cain and asked him what was become of his brother, because he had not seen him of many
He
days.
said, "Man, the Most High said, I ain't seen your brother many days."
he ain't brought me in his office.
They ain't bring the offering in. Read.
Whereas he used to observe them conversing together at other
He
times.
said, "You and your brother was always talking together." Now, of course, it's Josephus. No, said that scripture, but we just add this for context. Read on.
But Cain was in doubt with himself.
He said Cain was what?
In doubt with himself,
Go ahead.
and knew not what answer to give to the Most High.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Read.
At first he said that he was himself at a loss about his brother's disappearing.
And I had no idea where he was. He might have crossed. He might have went to another land.
Good question.
You know, he ain't been out here. He ain't been out in days, man.
I thought you knew where he was.
Yeah, I ain't seen him in a while.
I'm gonna come ask him.
Read on.
But when he was provoked by the Most High, who pressed him vehemently, as resolving to know what the matter was, he replied, he was not his brother's guardian or keeper.
He said, "Am I my brother's keeper? I'm not my brother's keeper. Why you keep pressing on me like I'm supposed to know where he's at?" Read on.
Nor was he an observer of what he did.
And I don't know where I don't know where Abel's at. I don't keep up with him. Read on.
But in return, the Most High convicted Cain as having been the murderer of his brother,
Go ahead.
and said, I wonder at thee.
He said, "I what?
I wonder at thee.
I'm amazed by you.
Yeah.
You amaze me. You're amazing."
He looked me right in the face.
Right. He said that with a straight face. You're a cool, calm, collected life. He said, "I'm amazed by you." Read.
I wonder at thee, that thou knowest not what has become of a man whom thou thyself hast destroyed.
He said, "I wonder because you say you have no recollection and knowledge of a man that you yourself destroyed." Read.
The Most High therefore did not inflict the punishment.
That's it right there. Now, so why would the Most High even press him to ask him where's his brother whereabouts? Because he wants that confession.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we don't confess that a majority of the time that we are in disagreement and we're complaining all the time. We'll say, I only complain sometimes, if we even acknowledge that. But that's not the truth. We always twist the truth. Yes, sir.
It's also an admission by Cain to the Lord on how educated he is on the Lord and what he knows and don't know.
Right. Well, you know, for him, first of all,
I mean, that's
for him to be so consumed in his wrath, he was blinded by his anger, not realizing who's watching him. Because anger and wrath will do that. It'll blind you.
Yeah, it will.
Emotions will blind you. But we got to get to that point because that's a great point. But we want to get to the fact of why complaining is so critical and why you got to catch it, why you got to acknowledge it, why you got to make sure that you're not guilty of it. Wisdom of Solomon 1:11.
God, Wisdom of Solomon 1:11. Therefore, beware of murmuring.
He says, therefore, you got to beware. Because I had the definition.
It says right here, literally, to restrain or guard oneself from. Hence, to regard with caution.
He says you got to regard with caution. Now, you got to take mental notes. And you got to be careful not to complain. To do a lot. Because just like anything, it becomes habitual. When you do something enough, it'll just become the norm.
It's natural.
It comes natural. And then you're so used to complaining, you don't even catch it anymore. You don't even see it anymore. You don't even realize that all you do is complain. Because it's so habitual. It's by repetition. You say something enough, you do something enough, it becomes a part of you. Read.
It says, to restrain oneself from anything that may be dangerous, injurious, or improper.
And complaining is dangerous. And it's injurious, and it's improper.
And we don't know that the person that's trying to steer us from the complaint, we look at that, we don't know that they're trying to guide us to safety. I'm focusing on your complaint and trying to stop the complaint and give you insight about how it's not anything necessarily to complain about, not because I'm trying to control you. I'm trying to veer you to safety.
Yep.
But a lot of times we don't look at it that.
Oh, I'm actually trying to pull you out of danger from the Most High.
Because when we complain in the wilderness, the Most High also sent what? He sent serpents, fiery serpents that bit us.
And some died. A lot of them died.
Exactly.
And you know what the Most High did in that situation? The only way that you would get ointment and healing and remedy that snake bite or that poison, you had to look at the man whom you cursed and whom you murmured against. Because in that man's hand was a brass serpent that provided you healing from that serpent bite. That means that the Most High sometimes will make you face the person that you had the biggest problem with in order to save your life.
And we don't understand that we have a hedge of protection around us.
Yeah.
And then when we complain, we break that hedge.
Yeah.
The Most High allows things to enter, to chastise. So we don't understand the person that's trying to guide you away from your complaint and trying to keep you in the hedge of the Most High that He has around you.
Yep.
And keep you protected.
Yep. That's fine.
Okay, come. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 20 and verse 2 and 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 20, verse 2 and 3.
Yeah, well, hold up. Read.
Come, Ecclesiastes chapter 20 and verse 2 reads, It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly.
It says, it is much better to get corrected, to shoot holes through those thinking, right? To have people around you to tell you, hey, listen, you about to stare off. You about to make a wrong move if you don't check that complaint that you have. He says, it is much better to reprove than what?
Than to be angry secretly.
It's better to get checked about that, about your misconduct, than to be holding on to that what? That secret anger that you hold on to yourself. Like Cain did.
Yep. So now the Most High said in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1, verse 11, he says, therefore beware of murmuring. Read on.
God, therefore beware of murmuring,
Which we know by definition is complaining. Read.
which is unprofitable.
And it says complaining is what?
Unprofitable.
Has complaining ever been profitable?
No.
No. Because you're not in control.
God.
And that's ultimately why complaining is not beneficial. Because you're not in control.
God.
And I'm trying to force the Most High's hand when I complain. I'm going against him and his will and his good pleasure. So read on.
And refrain your tongue from
And
backbiting.
he said, and make sure you keep your tongue from what? We
Backbiting.
went into this last week. We'll go into it just a little bit. Ecclesiastes chapter 28, read verse 14 and 15.
Slander was on that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 28.
Ecclesiastes chapter 28 and verse 14 read, a backbiting tongue have disquieted many.
It says, a backbiting tongue has brought chaos to what?
To many.
It's disquieted many. It ruined a lot of things, man. A lot of people just from backbiting. What is backbiting by definition?
Backbiting. 1828 Webster Dictionary. It says the act of slandering the absent.
It says, I'm slandering the absent. Meaning the people that's not even here. I'm moaning, I'm murmuring, I'm grumbling. I hate that damn boss. Boss ain't even in the boss is left. We went home already. But I hate that damn boss. I hate my supervisor. God, they just can't stand it, man. He's get on my damn nerve. He ain't even around you.
Yeah.
But you're just running off about what you're not happy about. It ain't even there. Or they might be there, but you're saying it under your breath.
Yeah.
Because we also got the definition of secret calumny. Get that definition of calumny.
Calumny.
We brought this out last week too. Get the definition of calumny.
Calumny. 1828. It says slanderer.
I'm a slanderer. What else?
False accusation
Go ahead.
of a crime or offense,
Go ahead.
knowingly or maliciously made or reported
Go ahead.
to the injury of another.
Go ahead.
False representation of facts,
False representation of facts. What else?
reproachful to another,
Yep.
made by design.
It says reproachful to another. Just because I hate. It's hate. It's discontent. It's discontempt. I have hatred in my heart, and I know it too.
Yeah.
But because they don't hear it, so what? I can say it. Yes, sir.
And because in that definition it said injury. Backbiting is a form of attack.
Yeah.
That's why it's called backbiting. Because it's your teeth. You're going at someone with your words. You're going at something. That spirit of complaint is an attack behind someone's back. It's an injury. It's slander.
It's an injury. And what he's saying is we don't even know we're guilty of it when we're complaining.
Yeah.
When we're complaining, but it's think about what they're about to do to Moses and Aaron. Think about the disgust that they got towards Moses and Aaron. All the fact that they feel like you just brought us out here to die. Give me this part right here too, because just on that point, give me this right here. Exodus chapter 14, verse 11. Think about how strong their words are.
What was that again?
Exodus chapter 14, read verse 11.
Exodus chapter 14, verse 11.
Read 11 and 12. Read that.
Exodus 14, 11.
Think how strong these words are. Read this.
And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in
He
Egypt.
says, oh, you brought us out here because there was no graves in Egypt. So what they're saying is, you brought us out here to a cemetery. You wanted to turn the wilderness into a graveyard. Yeah, this is a burial ground. You want to turn the wilderness into a cemetery. That's why you brought us out here. You didn't want us to die in Egypt. You brought us out to the graveyard. You want to kill us right here and bury us in all this sand.
Too many of us to bury us in Egypt.
Yeah.
You brought us out here so we could die amongst the dogs.
Yeah, we could be in the wilderness because you got more land and turn it into a graveyard. Think how strong these words are. Read on.
Hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness?
Look what they're saying. They talking mad crazy. You just brought us out here to die. You want to turn this whole thing into a big old graveyard.
That's the whole point.
The men, women, and the kids.
Right.
And the animals.
Everybody.
You don't care
Everybody.
about us. You don't care about us.
Read on.
Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with
They
us?
said, why are you dealing with us like this? That they are fixed
Yeah.
in their imagination
Wow.
that Moses really brought them out there to die. They are fixated on that imagination. They are corrupted in their imagination that's what Moses' intention was. Read on.
To carry us forth out of Egypt.
Go ahead.
Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying,
Didn't we tell you this in Egypt? We already knew this was going to happen. We told you this was going to happen before it happened. We already told you this when we was in Egypt. Read on. This was our words in Egypt. Read.
saying, let us alone,
Leave us alone. Read.
that we may serve the Egyptians?
Didn't we tell you to leave us alone?
Man.
But you didn't listen to us. You just brought us out here to turn this whole wilderness into a cemetery. Read.
That we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians
It's that it's better for us to serve the Egyptians. Read on.
than that we should die in the wilderness.
That we should die. Look how convinced these people are. Look at the strength of their complaints. And look how fixated and convinced that they are just doomed in the wilderness.
Right.
And that there was no good for the reason of them coming out of Egypt. They said, man, you should have left me in Egypt.
Right.
Left me as a slave.
I had a good job.
I had a good job. I was on straw and water. I was just on straw and water. That's all I was on.
I ain't have to get in the mud.
I was in house.
My house, my
I was
clothes stay clean.
I was in Pharaoh's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a water bearer. You know, this is our mind frame. So now go back where we were in Wisdom of Solomon. And we're in but give me that definition
1 and 11.
of calumny one more time. Yeah, because I want that backbiting. 1 and 11.
God, let me read it.
Yes.
Therefore,
No,
beware of murmuring.
Where's Ecclesiastes 28? That's where we was at. Was it Ecclesiastes 28?
God, 14.
Read that.
Reads. A backbiting tongue have disquieted many,
Go ahead.
and driven them from nation to nation.
Backbiting is destructive. Give me that definition of calumny.
Calumny, slander, false accusation of a crime or offense.
Don't you know it destroys the workings of an entire nation? When people raise false accusations. Think about what they did to Michael Jackson when he bought the Beatles catalog and he bought Elvis Presley catalog. Then it was an attack on his character. All them little kids came back and said none of those things happened.
Right.
And then he was actually protecting the children from the other Epstein-like individuals. And so, but think about all the tabloids that came out in the 80s that said Wacko Jacko. They had big old in huge print. They had Michael Jackson, they called him Wacko Jacko. Think about the slander that they put on his name, where you put this in a tabloid that goes out across the nation and across the globe.
Week after week after week
Yeah.
after week after week after
And an
week.
Inquirer, the Sun Times, all these different magazines call him Wacko Jacko. Think about how it just ruins your reputation as a man across the globe. And now you got to damn near be in hiding. But think about the power of slander.
Yeah.
The power of slander can destroy nations. Read on.
It says, slander, false accusation of a crime or offense, knowingly or maliciously made or reported.
It says knowingly or maliciously made or reported. Now go back and read that in Ecclesiastes.
Come, Ecclesiastes chapter 28, verse 14 reads, a backbiting tongue have disquieted many, and driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down and overthrown the houses of great men.
Man, how destructive is backbiting or slander? It said it can destroy a house, it can destroy cities, and it can destroy nations. You talking about this? That damn slander has global ramifications.
That goes into propaganda. like
Yeah.
slandering other nations, that these names like the air. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Or slandering.
The Germans were great at propaganda, and during World War II, when they had a minister of propaganda. I forgot his name, but when he was painting the Jews as a wicked race. The movies that they came out with, the films that they created, they had a whole studio created and a budget behind painting the Jews as a wicked race.
He's the father of the Netflix.
Joseph Goebbels, yeah,
He's the father of the CEO
of Netflix, yeah,
No kidding.
yeah.
Yeah, them Germans didn't go nowhere. I've been dealing with them in Wichita Falls and the surrounding counties.
But he's showing how strong slander is, how strong it is. Read on. Also, think about this too. Think about the first silent film in America painted Negroes like what? Like what? The Birth of a Nation, right? The Birth of a Nation was one of the first films ever created in America on a reel to reel. And The Birth of a Nation painted black folks like booger monsters and gorillas chasing white women. All we was doing, it was a silent film. It was a silent film, and they dressed the black people up like this, and they would chase the white women like this, and they created it, and it was a silent film. But the imagery, how powerful is imagery? Where you got all these goony looking black men dressed up in costume. Go check the movie out yourself. And they're chasing white women. What image are they putting in a white man's mind?
That they want their white.
We want your white women.
By any means
They're partially true though. Hey, it almost seems like as soon as the black man get a check, he just got to get a white woman. So he gets some money on his hand. Yeah, that's a status symbol almost. But they weren't partially, y'all. They weren't all the way incorrect. But he's showing how they show us how that imagery is what influenced the KKK to congregate, to create clubs and groups and organize against us, because it put fear into the white man. It put fear into the white man that we're coming for his women and children. But that's propaganda. Birth of a Nation, one of the first movies ever made. Horrible. But he's showing us how not the Birth of a Nation that was recently done.
Yeah, not the
most recent.
the original one.
Yeah, talking about the original one. But that's how strong slander is. That's how strong backbiting is. Yes, sis. Yeah. Right. Caucasian, blue-eyed, blonde hair. Think how powerful the imagery is. He said, but it has destroyed nations, cities, houses. Read on.
A backbiting tongue have cast out virtuous women.
It said, and many virtuous women got cast out too. Read on.
And have deprived them of their labor.
It says a virtuous woman could work hard as possible to keep an upstanding image and reputation, and all it takes is a jealous woman looking at her saying false things about her.
Yeah.
To discredit all the work she put into trying to be virtuous, either by envy, out of jealousy, or hate. And now that credibility of that woman is destroyed.
Yeah.
Right? Read on.
God, verse 16. Whoso hearkeneth unto it.
No, we'll stop right there.
God.
Stop right there. Because
And that's good.
we're going to come back to it in just a minute. Yes, sir.
And it shows how powerful it is, because today we can sue for defamation of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, slander.
But
you can't.
You can't. Because you know what? When you ruin your reputation, you no longer can work. You can't work anymore. You can't feed your family anymore.
Reputation is so strong, they say in the world, that you got to destroy a man's reputation before you can destroy the man.
Yeah, there's always an attempt. If they can't destroy you, period, then they destroy your reputation.
Part of the process.
Yeah.
You got to do
It's
it.
been going on.
It's to defame you. It's to defame you and to they'll bring out, look at, I don't know, I don't even bring it up. I ain't gonna bring it up. Let's read it, because we got a lot to cover. But there's a whole scenario, when you look at the Browns quarterback.
Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, FBI.
And when you look at how they wanted him, when he was going to move teams, the Houston Texans hired women to say that he took advantage of them through massage during massages in the training rooms.
Yeah.
So, and these women were just hired out of left field. All of a sudden, 35 women showed up and said yes. At the same time,
And
he took advantage of them. And you know why? You know why? Because they wanted to ruin his name so that they could ruin his trade ability. So they didn't have to pay him that much on trading him.
Yeah.
They can let him go at a discount versus letting him go at top dollar. Yes, sir.
Also, there was another football player. Your point. They got they kicked him out the league recently for not participating in the month of rainbows.
Yes.
But I think a couple of years
Yes. I forgot his name, but he started preaching Christ. He put a post up on X. He says, no matter what you do, you're still going to hell. So, yeah, he was strong with it. And they kicked him off the team. Yeah.
he's a football.
Yeah, I forgot his name. But he put a strong quote on X. He put a strong post. But he said a backbiting tongue and destroyed houses, cities, good women, all fell behind a backbiting tongue. Now let me go back. Let's get that give me that Wisdom of Solomon 111. Let's dive into that a little bit more.
You said what verse?
Wisdom of Solomon 111.
This is Solomon 1:11.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, beware of murmuring,
He
which
said,
is unprofitable,
He said, therefore beware of murmuring because it is unprofitable. Read on.
and refrain your tongue from backbiting.
Read on.
For there is no word so
He
secret
said, there is no word so secret. Read on.
that shall go for naught.
That shall not go unnoticed. The Most High is listening to everything. He's listening to every complaint. He's listening to every disagreement, every argument, every negative outlook, every malicious statement. The Most High is listening and watching every single thing about us. Everything about us. He says that there is no word so secret that shall go for naught. Read on.
And the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul.
Now we got to break this down. He said, the mouth that belieth slayeth the what?
The soul.
Give me that definition of belie. He said that B-E-L-I-E. Oh, yeah, I-E. Belie.
Belie, 1828. Point number 1. It says to give the lie to.
So he says to give the lie to. What else?
To show to be false.
To show to be false. But what he's talking about the communication between two members of the body. One gives lies to the other. One shows the other one false statements. We're going to break this down a little bit. Go to Jeremiah 17 and give me verse 9.
God. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9 reads, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
He said what?
The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
He said how false is the heart?
Desperately selective. Deceitful above all
He
things.
said it's deceitful above all things, right? And desperately what?
Wicked.
And desperately wicked. It's one of the worst instruments on the body of the person's mind, the person's thoughts. The things that we think is some of the worst things that we conjure up that contaminates us completely. It's the most wickedest part about us is what we come up with, our imagination. Because we come up with anything.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And it says what's more wicked than the evil eye.
Yeah.
Which means our outlook and our perspective and how we look at things is screwed.
It's contaminated. So he said, read it again.
Come. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9 reads, the heart is deceitful above all things
Read.
and desperately wicked.
Read.
Who can know it?
He said, who can what?
Know it.
Who can understand it? So now go back to belie.
Belie. To give the lie to. to show to be false,
Go ahead.
to charge with
To
falsehood,
charge for falsehood. Read.
as
Stop. It said as what?
as the heart.
It says the heart will communicate to who?
It says the heart belies the tongue.
Who lies to who?
The heart belies to the tongue.
Mind,
What instrument tells the other instrument to lie?
The mind.
mind tells the tongue to lie.
The mind tells the tongue to lie. They talk to each other. And then the lie comes out your mouth.
Yeah.
But before it comes out your mouth, your heart told your tongue to lie.
Yeah.
They communicate with one another. It says, as the heart belies the what?
The tongue.
As the heart belies the tongue. Read.
It says, it is rarely used of declarations, but of appearances and facts, which show that that declarations or certain appearances and pretense are false and hypocritical.
It says certain pretenses are false and hypocritical. It also means to counterfeit
Yeah.
or to mimic. It's so the mind will tell the tongue something untrue, or the mind will tell the tongue a bunch of falsehoods. So the mind is what's steering the tongue to say things. So when we look at this verse 11 at the bottom, that's you, Ahmad, right?
God,
Read that again.
God, that and the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul.
And he said the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul. What he's talking about is the mind will tell the tongue something that hurts the soul. And this is critical. Go to James 3:8 real quick. This is very critical because this is why you have to stay on top of your mind. It's not even so much your tongue at first, because the mind is what's talking to the tongue. It's what's steering the tongue. And we know the mind is desperately wicked. James chapter 3, verse 8.
James chapter 3 and verse 8 reads, but the tongue can no man tame.
It says, but why can't the tongue be tamed? Because the mind can't be tamed. That's why the tongue can't be tamed. Because in order to tame the tongue, you got to tame what? You got to tame the mind. That's why the tongue can't be tamed, because the mind has to be tamed first. But with an untamed mind, with a mind that cannot be steered, a mind that cannot be controlled, a mind that's always complaining, what do you think the tongue is going to say?
Whatever the mind is thinking.
Whatever the mind is thinking.
As he thinks, so is it.
So as a man thinking in his heart, so is he. So are we surprised when people disagree or complain? Because where did it start at?
The mind.
It started in the mind. He said, and the tongue can no man tame. Read.
It is an unruly evil.
Meaning the tongue is unruly, meaning it cannot be ruled. The tongue cannot be ruled unless the mind is ruled. But if the mind cannot be ruled, neither will the tongue be ruled. Because they talk to each other. They talk to each other. They communicate with each other. So what has to be tamed first? The tongue or the mind?
Mind.
The mind. The mind has to be in agreement. But if you can't get a mind in agreement, if you can't get somebody to obey and be obedient, neither will their tongue be obedient. Because that mind is still going to be talking to that tongue, tell them this. Tell them you don't like it. Tell them you don't want to. Tell them they're hypocritical. Tell them they're lying. The mind is spitting the mind is dumping information, dumping things onto the tongue. Falsehoods, deceit, dumping it on the tongue. What you expect don't come out of the tongue. It's only communicating what the mind tells it to. So the problem with that, give me that one. Give me one more time, Ahmad.
God, Wisdom of Solomon
1:11 at the
1,
end.
bottom of 11.
Somebody give me Ecclesiastes 28 and 13.
God.
Read.
And the mouth that lieth, and the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul.
Whose soul? Read that. Ecclesiastes 28 and 13.
Ecclesiastes chapter 28, verse 13 reads, curse the whisperer.
It said who?
Curse the whisperer.
Whose soul enslaved?
The whisperer.
So what we don't understand is when my mind is telling my tongue to not agree, when my mind is telling my tongue to backbite or to slander,
Yes.
when my mind is telling my tongue to bring out falsehoods or demoralize somebody's character, ruin somebody's character, or to bring about false superstitions, who's actually hurting who? It's two people getting hurt. The person that's on the receiving end of that negative propaganda, but it's also the distributor. You hurt yourself. Both of them getting affected. So it's not like when I just hold these fake thoughts and these erroneous opinions and I hold this wicked imagination, I'm only hurting people that I'm talking to. No, I'm actually hurting myself. I'm ruining those that are in the receiving end, and the distributor of this slander is also being affected. It's two individuals being cursed. The speaker and the receiver.
That's why the scripture says, woe to those that offend.
Yes.
That offenses will come through.
Said offenses will come, but woe unto them that offend. By whom they come. Yeah, because you know what? I put myself in violation. It's not just the fact that it's the people that I'm talking to. I'm actually hurting myself when I hold these horrible imaginations and thought processes that the Most High find disgusting. He said, curse be the what?
Curse be the whisperer.
Curse the whisperer. Wait.
And double tongue.
Read.
For such have destroyed many that were at peace.
It says, because they destroy many that's at peace, but they also destroy themselves in the process. Read on.
A backbiting tongue have disquieted many, and driven them from nation to nation.
We already read that. So now we understand. Give me James. No. Give me one more thing. Stay there. Man, just read on down, man. It's too good. Give me 16.
16?
16 down to 22. It's too good. Read 16 to 22.
Got it. Ecclesiastes chapter 28, verse 16 reads, whoso hearkeneth unto it shall never find rest.
When you got a person that's constantly slandering you, constantly disagreeing, constantly complaining, constantly standing in opposition, you'll never find what?
Rest.
You'll never find rest. You know how hard it was for Moses and Aaron to have to subdue their emotions, to have to lead these children of Israel through the wilderness, and all they did was complain all day, every day? All day, every day, all they did was complain. How much sleep was Moses getting? You gotta go to sleep to a complaint?
Because he had the counsel through all the complaints.
Yeah.
That's why his father-in-law was like, man, it's too much.
Jethro told him, listen, man, you need to set up some officers.
This is too much for you alone.
Yeah. You wearing yourself out.
To deal with all these complaints.
Yeah.
And he made his priority
And he had to listen to the complaints of one another that they had with each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
He made when you read in the Josephus about Moses' character, he made his priority to understand all the fruits of the spirit,
yes,
virtues behind it before he created his own thing.
That was a pilot. That was a follow, not Joseph. But what you're saying is true. He had to learn how to put himself under commission and adopt all the virtues in order for him to apply it. That's why that meekness, he was perfect in meekness. Because you got to be meek in order to hear complaints all day long.
The weight of all those
and not want to give up on people. Yeah. And not want to say to hell with this job. Now, don't get me wrong. Moses did, Lord. He said, Lord, kill me. He didn't get to that point. They was driving him up the wall. But read on. We got to get some more to get to.
Whoso hearkeneth unto it shall never find rest, and never dwell quietly. The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bone.
So which one is more painful?
The tongue.
The tongue, man, it's more
It
painful.
goes deeper.
It's deeper and it's more penetrating
Yeah.
and it's long standing.
It's
Because
long standing.
once your name is ruined, your reputation is ruined, how can you get that back? You get whipped, you can at least heal on the skin.
Yeah.
But when your name is ruined,
The healing process takes a long time. You're talking about down to the bone.
yeah,
People break an arm, got to wear a cast for like 6 months to
Yeah.
a year.
versus just a couple of weeks.
Versus just a wound, a stripe on your flesh, maybe take a couple weeks.
That's why I say a good name is rather to be chosen than silver and gold.
Yeah.
Yes, sis.
It's right.
I want to ask, would that be the same thing as when they said a wife is a pillar of rest? If she's constantly complaining, the husband's
Yeah.
so what?
Yeah. It's how can a man rest? How can a man be at ease when all he hears is complaint?
So you're not really living the standard of a pillar of rest.
That man ain't got no rest.
Ain't no relief. That's what rest is.
Yeah. That's why I said it's better to dwell in the corner of a rooftop than with a brawling and contentious woman.
Yeah. It's like a continual dropping.
Yeah.
Continue dropping.
It's torture.
Constantly. It's water torture.
Water torture.
It's
Chinese
it's complaint
water.
torture.
Chinese water torture.
Torture by complaint.
One complaint at a time.
Yeah.
Overnight,
Just like how Delilah was with Samson.
Yeah. Complaint.
Yeah.
So it wear a man down. Read on.
18. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue.
The tongue has a bigger body count than weapons. Read.
Well is he that is defended from it,
Go ahead.
and have not passed through the venom thereof, who have not drawn the yoke thereof.
It said, who have not drawn the yoke thereof,
Yeah.
meaning the one that was entrapped by complaints and slander,
Prison.
and had to be and all somebody used their complaints against you, where they manipulated you by complaints.
Put shackles on.
Yeah, put bands on you, iron band,
Yeah. Restraint.
complaint cuffs.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I can't do nothing right.
Yeah.
You know what it makes you want to do? Nothing at all.
Yeah. It's heavy. It's a
If you feel like I can't do nothing right, I don't want to do nothing.
Why do
at all.
anything else?
Because
That was my first marriage, bro.
no matter what I do,
Oh my God. Don't you stop doing what you want.
listen, it's horrible, and we feel
No.
for you too. Then he said, read on.
Verse 20. For the yoke thereof is a yoke of iron.
It said the yoke thereof, and you're in a relationship, and you're just being tortured by complaints.
Yeah.
Read on. It's like a yoke of iron. Read.
And the bands thereof
It's slavery.
and the bands thereof
Yokes,
are bands.
yokes of iron, cuffs, bands. Oh, this slavery, man.
Because you're waiting on to when the complaints stop, I'm free.
Yeah.
So you're waiting for them to be pleased.
No, you wait for death, bro. That's what
Yeah.
you're waiting for.
Well, you wait for them to be pleased is the only time you find peace.
Yeah. But what happens if they don't find peace?
Then you forever in bands and restraints.
Yeah.
No, you want death, bro. That's what you want. You
What
want
you
the
leave?
end.
that's when men going to the bars. That's when you go to the bars right after.
Because they can't get no.
Hey, it ain't just men. It's women too.
Come on, yeah.
Women got to hear it too.
They're in the car right there in the parking lot, right in front of their apartment. They're like, we take like 30 minutes. Let me just relax. Let me just process this. Then I go home.
I'm gonna decompress.
I'm gonna decompress first after a long day of work, because I know I'm gonna have to deal with this person when I
When
get
I'm
home.
going to the house. Got you smoking.
Or you've been watching kids all day, and then all the husband comes to pound on you and just complain.
Yeah. Huh? Read on.
For the yoke thereof is a yoke of iron, and the bands thereof are bands of brass.
Go ahead.
The death thereof is an evil death. The grave were better than it.
He said the death thereof is he said the death thereof is an evil death. He ain't talking about dying. He's just talking about living a life like that is dead. Is death.
Yeah.
He said, and it's worse than death. Read.
It shall not have rule over them that fear the Most High.
Here's the benefit of it. Here's the beauty of it. Your only protection from you not being a slanderer, a backbiter, or a complainer, or a murmurer, you have to fear the Lord. That's both for the person that's the distributor of the slander or the complaints or the murmur, and it's also for the recipient. The only protection for either or is you have to have a fear of the Lord. If you have a fear of the Lord, you'll stay on top of yourself to make sure you're not complaining, murmuring, backbiting, slandering.
Yeah.
And if you fear the Lord, the Most High won't allow the effects of a slanderer, murmurer, backbiter to get to you. He said what?
It shall not have rule over them that fear the Lord.
Go ahead.
Neither shall they be burned with flame thereof.
It says, neither shall they be burned with what?
Flame thereof.
What is he talking about? Get that James 2 and 6. Who's that James chapter 2? Who had it? Yeah, we had James chapter 2, read verse 6.
Come. James chapter 2 and verse 6 reads, right?
Yep.
But ye have despised the poor.
No, James chapter 2, verse 6.
3 verse 6.
Three. There was 3.
Okay.
It was
3 and 6. Got it.
We read 3 and 8. I'm sorry. I want 6.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. And the tongue is a fire.
He said the tongue is a what?
A fire.
There it is. The tongue is a fire, bro. So what he's saying is the only way to be protected from the tongue is that you, both your own tongue and the tongue of those that dispense evil, is for you to have a healthy fear of the Lord. It's our only protection is the fear of the Lord. Either way, either not to give it or to be the recipient of it. We have to fear the Lord. He said the tongue is a fire. Read on.
A world of iniquity.
He said it's a world of sin. It's a world of iniquity. There's so much iniquity involved in the tongue. Because when somebody has it, and it's coming from the imagination, it's coming from the thoughts feed the tongue. And that's why you got to be careful about what you say and be more careful about what you think and the thoughts you possess.
Yeah. Because that's where it starts.
Because that's the origin of it. Starts in the mind. Let that go, my Waller. Finish that in
Ecclesiastes chapter 28.
Yeah, verse 23.
Ecclesiastes chapter 28 and verse 23 reads, such as forsake the Lord shall fall into it.
Here's the problem though. If you turn your back on the Most High, your tongue becomes a runaway train. If for those that forsake the Most High, there's nothing that's going to constrain that tongue anymore.
Right.
For all those that if I forsake the Lord, then there's no more rule or governance on my mind or my tongue. Now my tongue is like a runaway train. I have no control, no bearing, no moderation. I have no restraint. My tongue will now be loose as a cannon. Or like some people say, a loose cannon. There'll be no governor over my speech. So my tongue will turn. It's like swinging a weapon that you really can't control. If anybody know swing nunchucks,
Yeah.
and you're training with nunchucks, what happens when you swing your nunchucks? And you don't know what you're doing.
You open yourself up again.
You're most likely going to whack yourself quite a few times when you're trying to learn how to use some nunchucks. And then you try to get fancy with it. And then that's when pop, it just flip back up and clock you in the head.
Yeah.
Then they knock your own self out. Trying to flip them and spin them and do what you see on TV.
Out of practice.
An unruly tongue is the same way. When there's no moderation on the tongue is just setting fires everywhere you go. And then you hurt yourself. You end up hurting yourself. You burning everything around you down. And you're also burning down your own environment. That's how unruly the tongue is. You burning down your own house and you set fires everywhere you go. It's an instrument at this point that cannot be controlled. And it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. And you're going to do more damage to yourself and other people. You have to have the fear of the Lord. That's our only hope. To restrain that mind, to restrain them thoughts, to restrain that backbiting and that slander. If we disconnect from the Lord, man, our tongue will get the best of us everywhere we go. And then so you know what? Job, my mouth got me in trouble.
Yeah.
Relationship, my mouth got me in trouble. friendships, my mouth got me in trouble. New church that I go to, my mouth got me in trouble. Everywhere I go, what happens? My mouth get me in trouble, bro. I got a trail of destruction. Why? Because there's no rule. That tongue is not on the track. It's off the track.
Dangerous weapon.
So and when that tongue don't have no track to go on, the mind don't have a track to go on. It's not steered in a certain direction. You're gonna set everything ablaze. That's why he's saying. That's how he's explaining. The minute you disconnect from the fear of the Lord, your own mouth gets you in trouble, and it burns everything down, even yourself. Everything gets burned down. Your mouth, technically it comes from the mind, but because the mind talks to the tongue, it lies to the tongue. I set everything on the wrong course. So read that again one more time. I want to.
Ecclesiastes chapter 28 and verse 23 reads, such as forsake the Lord shall fall into it.
Go ahead.
And it shall burn in them.
See? It's going to what?
Burn in them.
It's going to, meaning I'm going to destroy myself. I'm going to destroy myself with my own thoughts. My own tongue is going to take me out. That's a fire that nobody really understands how dangerous it is. Think about how dangerous complaints are when the Bible says it's unprofitable. What happens when your own complaints destroy you? It's self-destruction.
Self-condemnation.
Think about it. My own tongue is burning in me. It's destroying me from the inside. Man, who gonna stop that tongue now? You don't have to fear the Lord, so who gonna stop that tongue? Who gonna stop the effects that tongue's gonna have on people around you and yourself? Nobody. Read on.
And it shall burn in them.
Go ahead.
And not be quenched.
And who's gonna quench it?
Right.
You at least got scriptures. You at least have governors and tutors. But when you disconnect from that, who's going to quench the tongue? Nobody. That's why brothers are like firefighters. They put fires out. They put complaints out. That's what they do. Brothers put complaints out. It takes brothers to pull scriptures to put out the complaints that other men have. And I've heard when men say, you know what, I don't even want to call that brother because all he's going to tell me is something to. He gonna trick my mind. I've actually heard him say he's gonna trick my mind. I don't want to call that brother because he's good with tricking. He's good with changing my mind and tricking my mind. Like it's a trick.
Master.
He's a master manipulator. I don't want to call that brother scriptures. He gonna use scripture to trick my mind. Don't you know you need somebody to put them damn fires out that you got? Because everybody got complaints. If you don't let somebody put your complaints out, you're gonna burn your own damn house down.
Yeah.
You destroy yourself. It takes somebody around you say, brother, I wouldn't think that this way. Think this way. Look at it like this. Don't look at it like that. Look at it like this.
You always got something to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need somebody to stand in opposition to you. You're gonna self-destruct. Read on.
And it shall be sent upon them as a lion and devour them as a leopard.
And he's talking about from within. He's talking about what happens on the inside. You destroy yourself when you don't change your complaints.
Yeah.
When you don't modify your complaining nature. He said that damn complaints turn into a lion. Jump down to 25.
Verse 25. And weigh thy words in a balance.
What does he mean by you got to watch yourself? He says, weigh your words in a balance. There is a point to this. There's a meaning to weighing your words in a balance. We're going to get to that. Give me Ecclesiastes 21 and verse 22. What does the Bible mean when it says, weigh your words in a balance? We know a balance is a scale. This is a scale right here on the podium. That's a scale. He says, weigh your words in a balance. So then let me understand, what does the Bible mean when he says, put my words in a scale? What is he talking about? Go to Ecclesiastes chapter 21, verse 22.
Ecclesiastes chapter 21, Verse 22 reads, a foolish man's foot is soon in his neighbor's house.
So when he said put my words in a balance, that means that a foolish man's foot is where?
It's soon in his neighbor's house.
That means also my words are where?
In a neighbor's house.
If I don't weigh my words, I'm talking about other people's business that's not mine more than my own.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
This is when I become a busybody.
Yeah.
This is when I become somebody that's always concerned about what other people are doing.
No.
I'm nosy. I'm complaining. I'm in other people's business. I'm ear hustling.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about other people's problems and what other people got going on in their house. I'm not looking at my own house.
Trying to keep it in your own.
I got more of what other people are doing in my mouth than what I'm doing in my mouth. I'm so concerned about what other people got. What I'm talking about other people.
Their business.
I'm talking about their business.
Yeah, gossip.
It's gossip.
You know what that is too? That's holding beam to your eye still.
Yeah.
You're still holding on to that beam in your eye.
But I'm looking at what other people got going on in their house more than I'm looking at what's going on in my house. That means when he said weigh your words in a balance, that means if my words are not my words supposed to be level,
Yeah.
equal, even. He said, but we'll read on. Read on.
Come, a foolish man's foot is soon in his neighbor's house,
Read.
but a man of experience is ashamed of him.
Man, I'm not gonna be in other people's business. Read on.
A fool will peep in at the door into the house.
It said a fool will do what?
Yeah.
Peep in at the door into the house.
So when a neighbor opened up the door, I look behind him to see what?
What's going on in the house?
I'm looking at what's going on in his house. Versus what?
Your own house.
Instead of looking at what's going on in my house,
Your own business.
I need to mind my own damn
Your
business.
own mind.
When he said weigh your words in a balance, mind your own business. Mind your own business. Keep other people's name out your mouth.
Quit worrying about what they're doing. What they got going
Because
on.
all you're going to do is complain. That's all you're doing is finding the complaint.
Right.
I'm looking behind them in their house to find something to complain about.
To justify how I feel about my situation.
They open the door, I peep in at the door. I'm trying to see what's going on so I can find some. I'm trying to find some dirt.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find some dirt. I'm trying to find some smut. I'm trying to find some slander. I'm trying to find something to complain about and talk about. I'm trying to compare what's going on with them so I can complain. You got it easy.
Yeah.
But I find myself looking and comparing at other people. So I say, weigh your words in a balance. Stop worrying about other people. You have the complaints be about what other people got that you don't.
Yeah.
And what freedoms they got that you don't.
Like trying to compare yourself.
You compare yourself. You stay out of other people's business. And you'll find yourself minimizing the complaints. Mind your own business.
Yeah.
Read on.
Come. It says, a fool will peep in at the door into the house, but he that is well nurtured will stand without.
I'll wait till you come outside. Why?
Because I don't want to be in your business.
Because I don't want to be in your business.
Yeah, that's a person well instructed. He's more concerned about what he got going on.
Yeah, I'm not looking. I'm not trying to look at what you got going on. Because anybody that's looking at somebody else and what they got going on is looking for a reason to complain.
You ain't looking at yourself.
Or looking at what's unfair. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But that's why the scripture says, "Be not curious in unnecessary matters."
Right.
That doesn't pertain to you or your house.
All I'm gonna do is complain because of it. Soon as I see some inequality or injustice, or I'm peeping in other people's business, all I'm gonna do is find a reason to complain.
Yeah, and if you're looking at others, you're not looking at yourself.
You're not looking at yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm more conversant about what other people got going on.
You got too much free time.
Yeah. Read
In
on.
my mind.
In my mind.
Yeah.
Read.
Come. Verse 24. It is the rudeness of a man to hearken at the door.
He said, "It is the rudeness of a man to hearken where."
At the door.
I'm listening at the door. Why am I listening at somebody else's door to somebody else's house?
So you can get the information.
Because I'm looking for intent.
Yeah.
I'm looking for gossip. I'm looking for something. I'm listening for something.
That's what you're whispering about.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's what you're whispering about.
I'm looking for something to say.
Yeah.
I'm gathering intelligence. Snooping.
Kids do.
That's what kids do. Read on.
It is the rudeness of a man to hearken at the door.
Read.
But a wise man will grieve, be grieved with the great, with the disgrace.
That's a disgrace. Man, let me stand back and let y'all handle y'all business. Y'all come outside and explain it when I need to know.
Yeah.
When I need to know, I'm sure you'll let me know if it's that important. I don't have to be all up in your business.
I'm ready to disclose it.
Because all I'm going to do is complain. All I'm going to do is complain and see injustice. I'm not looking for the right things when I'm peeping in other people's business. Yeah. Read on.
Come. The lips of talkers.
It says, see, I'm gathering intelligence so I can have what?
To talk about.
Talk about it.
I ain't got nothing better to talk about. I got nothing better to talk about. You heard what happened down here? You heard what happened there?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I gotta tell you something.
Oh, you ain't gonna believe that.
You ain't gonna believe what I just heard.
Or
don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody I told you. Don't tell nobody I told you.
Yeah.
be on the phone, I'm like, you would not believe what I just heard.
Yeah,
heard, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro, I got one of those phone calls.
Yeah.
I did about my house.
Yeah.
But it was afterward. After I came here, I went back home.
Yeah.
I got a phone. Brother, you ain't gonna be $5 I ever heard in my life. $5. You won't believe it. I said,
you know what that is? That's the lips of what?
Talkers.
That's the lips of talkers. So you know, because what is the Most High saying? Weigh your words in a balance. Stop worrying. Why you worried about what other people got going on? You know, he said the lips of talkers do what, my woman?
Will be telling such things as pertain not unto them.
Read it again.
Yeah.
The lips of talkers will be telling such things as pertain not unto them.
Is it their business?
No.
Why? No.
No.
This is the inner workings of a slanderer.
Wow.
You're watching the insides thought process of a slander.
Yeah.
I'm looking to ruin somebody's credibility, even if it means I got to peep into other people's business to get information that don't belong to me, just so I have something to talk about and express my discontent, because it's truly how I feel about individuals anyway.
That's evil.
Yeah, that's evil, for sure.
Did you want it? 1 Peter 4:15.
What did it say?
But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
Yep. Or as a busybody. You're busy.
It's an evil.
Yeah, I'm in other men's matters. You know what that means? I don't know how to weigh my words in a balance. I'm worried about other people's business to have something to talk about versus worried about my own business. I got enough to fix myself.
Yes.
There's enough things wrong in me to keep me occupied for the rest of my life.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. You never hear anything about themselves.
Yeah.
Well, you got a whole lot of smack to talk about somebody else.
But this is a complainer.
Yeah.
This is a murmurer. This is disputing. This is the inside. This is the inner workings of somebody that's that has secret calumny.
Yeah.
I like that definition.
Yeah, I definitely.
That calumny. Get that calumny one more time.
Calumny. It says slander, false accusation.
Because I'm looking to spread what?
False accusation.
I'm looking to spread false accusations.
Yeah.
That's why I said, man, you better learn how to weigh your words in a balance. Because half the things that we're looking for to talk about is false. And it ain't even our business. It ain't got nothing to do with us. What else?
This is a topic. He says slander, false accusation of a crime or offense, knowingly or maliciously made or reported to the injury of another.
Because ultimately, what am I trying to do?
Injury.
I'm trying to injure somebody else. That's what happens when you don't weigh your words in a balance. You're unequally trying to look at other people so you can find some dirt on them so you can injure them.
Yeah.
Read that again, my woman.
God, verse 25. The lips of talkers will be telling such things as pertain not unto them.
Read.
But the words of such as have understanding are weighed in the balance.
Or what?
Are weighed in the balance.
Because who are they going to be concerned about? They're going to be worried about myself. I'm making sure that I'm in the spirit.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that I'm in agreement, that I'm not complaining, that I'm not disagreeable, that I'm not the one contrary and always having an opposing contrary nature about me. I'm always standing in opposition. I never can do what I'm told, but I'm always looking at everybody else. For those that's always looking at everybody else, they don't know how to weigh their words. There's an imbalance in my words.
Yeah.
I need to be trying to fix that mind that's corrupted and not worry about what everybody else got going on.
Because you don't want to see you.
Exactly.
You want to see the fault in others and take the attention off of you.
Yeah.
You-
Light off.
Right. Which is because the person with understanding understands they have a healthy perspective of the things they need to work on, and they're always looking for development. So the person who always talking about someone else, they're not thinking about their own development.
Exactly.
Yep. I think we're gonna cut it there.
Can I just add one more verse? You got the
Yeah.
1 Thessalonians 4:11 verse?
No,
The information verse?
no, we
You
can
want
read.
some information on this?
Yeah, we can read.
4:11, 4:11. You want the 4:11?
Yeah, what's the 411?
That's how I remember that scripture right there. It's the 4:11. 1 Thessalonians 4:11.
Read it.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
It is good, huh? 1 Thessalonians
Read it. Read it.
4:11.
First Thessalonians.
You got?
I got it.
I got it. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 11 reads, that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business.
They say study the what?
To be quiet and to do your own business.
And we'll end it with that right there. That's
Be
a great.
quiet, mind your
That's a
business.
great verse to weigh your words to the balance. Mind your business.
Be quiet.
Study to mind your business and stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Worry about being in agreement with Christ and not complaining.
Right.
That we'll stop it there because if we go, it's going to switch speeds a little bit. We've got a whole nother page. So we'll cut it with there. We'll double back again next Wednesday. Shalom, everybody. The water for listening and watching. Hopefully it was edifying. Shout out and shalom to all the families. And y'all enjoy your night. We'll see you again on Friday. Shalom.
Come on.